I'm doing another live. I did one not too long ago, and I have these headphones that I plug in right to my iPad, so I can keep the mic close by here. But I guess I didn't get the plug in good enough, so I tested the iPad without it, and the mic seems to work fine right here. I'm pretty close to it, so I'll try and talk loud. I might do a cool landscape, and I mix the colors. I'm gonna lay it out first, and then I'll go over the colors that I mixed on my palette. This is a cool palette. It's light enough you can hold in your hand, you know. So what I want to do, I kind of got me in the shot today, just for a while. Then I'll zoom it out. I want to have a mountain here, uh, kind of up high, with some peaks on it. But then I kind of want it to look like it's going off to the distance as well, and then maybe have some distant mountains behind it there, and even way back here, some distant mountains. We'll see how that works out. All right, so then I'm gonna have I'll have like a hill coming down here. Let's put one over here as well, coming down. Um, uh, this hill here, I'm gonna put some. I mixed a lot of cool greens in here, so I want to put a couple more hills in here. Uh, so I can use different greens and stuff like that. Maybe I can make this water again. Yeah, let's do that. That's how I did the last one. I made this a running river, and then I was able to put a big evergreen tree over here. But this time I'll put some bushes here and put the tree maybe on this side. There's the layout. Really simple. Uh, yep, that'll work. Let's get started. I'll show you how I mix these colors real quick. I used ultramarine blue 3 times and mixed some yellow in there to get these 3 different greens. This is cobalt blue with white and a little bit of a violet. So I got this cool bluish color there. I made orange ochre. How you make orange ochre, you take yellow ochre and put red right into it. And then you get this orange ochre. And I'm going to try and use it to highlight some bushes in this one, if time permits. Let me get started, so I don't have I don't have a long live. I'm going to do another blue sky. This has cobalt blue with white, and I put some violet in it, so it's a really cool looking blue. And I've been doing a lot of mixing on my greens lately, so I got away from using the sap green all the time. If you go back to a lot of my other videos, I always would mix the sap green and then add yellow to it if I wanted it lighter. Mixing your greens is kind of cool because your your paintings will look different than everybody else's, and then it, once you get your mixing style down, it becomes your own, and then you got your own style, you know, your own colors that you use. I got an idea, a bunch of ideas for coming up uh, on doing different uh, styles of painting with mixing the colors. So right now I'm concentrating on making it look, you know, as real as I can. Like I want it to look like nature. So I'm trying to make this acrylic paint look as close as it can to what it looks like when you go out in nature. But eventually I'll get into some more like fantasy stuff here coming up, and I'm going to start changing the colors up where it looks more like maybe a computer created it, maybe just by using a few colors. But for now, I'm going to do this cool landscape. I just designed it right now. Trying to show you some of my techniques. And if you're interested in subscribing and learning how to paint, that would be cool. I've been doing a lot of lives. I'm not sure if they get viewed a lot because they're not. I don't think YouTube counts them as a video. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have a distant mountain back there, just in gray. Might have to lighten it up a bit, but we'll see. Have some distant mountains here. I got my iPad right by the refrigerator, so the thing's been like making some funny noises, so you might hear. I hope the sound's working. Let me see how this is looking so far. Got a little glare. Let me might have to turn it a bit. Get the glare off. A little better. So the other day, I don't know if you watched, but I went and bought like a brand new thing of Pepsi, a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, and man, when I got home, I went to go. I wanted a cold glass of Pepsi, and that thing was flat. It had no carbonation at all. So I bought cans this time. I want these mountains to look like they're going off into the distance here, so I'm gonna kind of keep the bottoms like going back that way. This is just Payne's Gray here. I'll try and explain a little bit as I paint. So Look at that. Yep, so I bought some Pepsi in the can. I think I got less of a chance of that happening with the cans for sure. Kind of standing in a weird spot, but I'm just trying to get my color down right now, and then I'll probably adjust the camera where I can get in front of it a little better. So I got on the 28th of this month, it's my 1 year anniversary. So I'm going to have something special on that day. You'll have to wait and see. 1 year on YouTube. And I think I can give you a hint. It's not going to be, I don't think I'm going to join up with them and put ads on my videos. It's something else. Because I don't even know how that works, and if you see ads on my videos, it's because YouTube is putting them on there. I'm not putting them on there. And you could subscribe or not, it's up to you. You can just watch. I'd like to build up a big following. Just, it would help me out, when I go to the art galleries. I could show the people there that I've got a lot of subscribers on YouTube. I've got to go to the gallery tomorrow. I'm bringing some new pieces down there tomorrow. It'd be nice if I told them, yeah, I got 1 million subscribers on my channel. If I had 1 million subscribers, I probably wouldn't need to be hanging them in a gallery. They'd probably be selling like hotcakes, I have been selling a few here and there. I sold another one the other day. I got some hanging at this brewery, and I sold another one there. And I'm going to take some new ones down there. What I'm going to do now on these hills is I'm going to work the back edge with some titanium white right now while it's wet. So this is how I get the distance of that hill to look further back by just adding some white on the very, very top. Just like that. Now I want to add a little bit of this color down in here. Just a little. And like create some shadows in here. And then kind of blend it in there. just to get some different things going on this hill. I'm going to add white to this one as well. At the very top, titanium white. If you're new to the channel, I pretty much I might be saying the same thing on every video. It's because I'm thinking if that someone's watching for the first time. So what I do is I get all my colors that I want the underpaint done, and then I'll do the clouds, my mountains, trees, water. I'm going to make this yellow ochre. Right down here by the water. Like maybe there's a little beach by the river here. That might look cool. I haven't done that before. And then I'm going to grab, same thing, I'll grab a little bit of dark and just put it in here and blend it in. Create some kind of shadows in there. That's all. We put the water in. I'm going to use the blue I used in the sky. Let me make sure I'm lined up here still. I can zoom it in now, I think. A little bit. Hopefully the sound's working. I hope it's working. I tested it without a mic, so it should be working. I have a river here. Maybe somehow I might be able to put like running water in here. We'll see. Depends on how long I take. I don't want, if I go quicker, I might be able to do some different things. I'm gonna put this green down here. So we got some grass on this side of the river. This is my medium green, the one that's in the middle. And I have a dark green that I'm going to use for bushes and trees. Yeah, so that last video, actually, I put it on YouTube, but there's no sound, so I don't know if you're going to like it. The painting came out good, too. It's like probably one of the better paintings I've done. And I did do a lot of talking in there. It's like, man, and then I went to go see if it came out okay, and nope, no sound. And it kind of bummed me out because I did do a lot of talking in there. So I got my beanie cap on today because Seattle, it's already getting cold here. We got this cold front moving in this weekend. It's going to be pretty cold. So I'm going to do some cool clouds here to make them look like I got some type of design. I'm gonna paint them in. Like they're coming from here and going up. I'll put a small one over here. And then I want to do one like it's doing the same thing, but it'll disappear over here. Just some simple clouds today. I'm going to grab a little bit of my blue and put a shadow on the bottom of these clouds. If you get a little bit of the color from the sky and mix it in at the bottom of these clouds, it'll create like a shadow in there. Just at the bottom here, like that. And kind of blend it in. All right, very good. There's my clouds. If you want them to look more rounded, just take your filbert brush and kind of stamp the top part and make it a little rounder on top if you want, just like I did that one there. And don't forget to add your shadow back in there at the bottom. There we go. Look at that. See how it looks. Pretty good. It's a different kind of sky today. Let me, I'm going to do the mountains now. I want this mountain, these two to look like they're going off in the back. And then this one will be out front. It's going to look like they're going back that way. So what I'm going to do, since I'm over here on the right, I'm going to put the snow on the right side of the peaks here. And what I'm going to do is just put a little color coming down first. This is how I do it, and then I'll design it a little better. So this one will be in front of that one, so I can pull this snow down a little more on this one. This one I want to bury in the back, in front of this one. This one will be way back there, okay? Just like that. These two will kind of like come together here. Very good. I'm going to mix a little of my blue and gray and make a shadow color here, or shade color. I'm working the brush like if it was a knife. So I'm just pulling the paint just left of my snow. I'm working it like a knife. So everywhere I have white, I'm just pulling a little bit of this color to create the shadows in there. Just like this. Kind of standing in a weird spot, but that's all right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a few streaks of white down here. Get a paper towel. Wherever I'm gonna kind of blend the two colors now where they come together with a clean brush while it's wet. Where the two colors come together, just blend it. It's gonna make the mountain look a little softer. Okay. Just a light brush where the two colors meet. Just like that. Real easy. I'm going to put a little bit of mist down here at the bottom. All right, I'm going to do some trees now on these hills. This one's further away, so I'm going to use my dark green, but I want to add a little white to it. Yeah, and then I'm going to make some distant trees over here on this hill. Just going to use my brush to make round tree tops there. See that? Probably bring them almost down to there. I think I'm going to sneak some water through there. Now, with your wet your brush a little. I might have to get in the way here. And with your brush at the very bottom, if it's too wet, get a paper towel and dampen it on a paper towel. Pull some of this color back out now. Pull it to the left. You might have to wet your brush a little. Pull some of the color out into this green. Just like that, we got some distant trees. It looks pretty good. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Going to use the same color, but add a little more of the green into the light to make it just a little darker. So these trees over here will be a little bigger. I'm going to bring them right down the hill, pretty much the same way. Bring this green over here down a little more so this looks level over here, like that. Like level the bottom of those trees over there. And I'm going to bring these down to about right there. Wet your brush a little, and we're going to pull some of that color back into this green as well. Just to add some different things going on in this grass. Different shadows and all right, look at that. Man, that looks pretty wicked so far. I like that. Now this down here is going to be pretty close to us. We're going to be right, I think we're going to be right at the river here. I mean, we could make this look far away, but I'm going to say we're going to be standing right here. So I got to lighten up this distance here with, I get a little bit of white on my brush. And I don't want to do it yet because I think I might end up using yellow to lighten it up. I kind of like it though. Let's see if I'll just lighten up a little bit of the grass here and see what it looks like. Let's see if that soaks in and what it does. I think I'll end up using yellow up there. But that'll soak in and turn a different green. Let me put some bushes down here now. I'm going to use a filbert brush. So also, on my home channel, they sent me, because I'm always listening to music, they sent me these 3 girls. They're called the Costellos. That they're 3 sisters that live on a farm. They're awesome looking. I mean, they're so beautiful. I can't believe it. But they play music. It's pretty cool. So I had to subscribe to them, and I was like, wow. They're like girls that live on a farm, and they sing their songs in this silo, and oh my God, they're so beautiful. Uh, Very pretty girls. I know uh, God knew what He was doing when He created those three sisters. I mean, they are gorgeous. And plus, they play music. I'm going to run some bushes back towards that way, and I'm going to try and get smaller as I go back. And pull out some more color in this grass. Yeah, my landscapes they're getting better, I can tell. Uh, they get better, every week. So, well, I got to go to this that brewery tomorrow. I'm gonna rotate some of the older ones out that didn't sell, and maybe I'll bring them here and I'll probably paint over them, because something that you thought looked good a couple months ago might not look good anymore. So I'll probably gesso over the old ones and then repaint something that I'm doing now, that I think will sell better. So I'm going to put some bushes on this side anyway, even though that's I'm going to try and hurry too now. I know you guys don't want to watch the whole video. So if you went and watched with me and Lisa, I told you guys we were going to do a live the other day. She didn't want to do it because it was our own music. I wrote some pretty good songs. We got some pretty good originals, but I was hoping we could do a live, and then you guys could see some of the songs we wrote. They're pretty good. They're pretty good songs. But she chickened out or didn't want our lives on or our original music on there. We got a lot of cover tunes on there. A lot of covers we do. Classic rock. I might have to start my own another channel with some of my music on there, if she doesn't want to put them on our channel. Wow, look at the way these bushes, the color, they're changing on top of that yellow ochre and burnt umber. Look at that color. It's, wow, that looks pretty wicked. See, that's what, when you paint like this on the fly, you'll pick up new things, as you go. Or see things different. Bushes going all the way back down this river. Look at that. That looks pretty good so far. I really like the way these trees came out up there. And I like the way these bushes came out. They're round, but because I'm using a filbert brush, but they look pretty good. I'll end up putting twigs on them and highlighting them. All right, now it's time to put the evergreen trees in. So what green I have left here, I'm going to put just a little black in it. A little black, so the evergreen trees will be darker and they'll show up over all this color, okay? I'm going to put a little black in it. Let me see where I am on time. 42 minutes. Not bad. I'm just going to put, you just got to put just a little black in the green. That's all. Not much. And you don't really have to mix it totally perfect. All right, so there's that. I'm going to use an oil brush. I used it on the last video that didn't have any sound. And I'm going to start right here and put an evergreen tree here. Maybe I'm going to angle these ones today. Angle them in a little bit. But keep them skinny too. And really fill in the branches so I can highlight them really easily. I'm going to show you a cool way to highlight these trees. That's why I wanted to redo a video, because the sound didn't work on my last video, and I highlighted the trees a little differently than I normally do. That's why I was kind of upset. You didn't get to hear that part, but hopefully the sound's working right now. So how I'm going to highlight these trees is with the same color. The same color I'm using right now, but I'm just going to add a little bit of gray to it and then highlight the right side of it, and it's going to look awesome. And that's how I did those bushes that were down at the bottom. I just put some gray in with the green. I still call this green because, I mean, it is green. It's just dark green now. All right, there. So we got 4 trees there. I'm going to put, just going to put 1 for now over the water here. More like these are more filled in trees. They look more like Christmas trees. That's all right. we got Christmas coming up. So I'm going to add some gray to this. And let me pull some of it to the side so I have a little left to make another tree. Mixing the black and white to get some gray here. So I'm just getting a little grayish color. So it's going to be like a greenish gray color, okay? And let me test it first. See if it shows up. Okay, it's showing up. It's good enough. Now I'm going to just try and highlight a little bit on the right sides. Okay, just like that. Okay, but use the corner of the brush and just highlight the right side and kind of in different spots. Just don't come down the whole side. Like, tap it in there in different places. You still want to leave some of the dark color in there. Kind of rushing, but it still looks good. Just like that. Let me see if that's showing up in there. Yeah, it's showing up. It's a very easy way to highlight instead of using like white. Sometimes I use white and it's just too much. It's too much, doesn't look natural. I'll highlight the right side of this tree. You'll see what I mean. It gives the tree dimension, and it doesn't take away the darkness of the tree either, you know. All right, this is looking pretty good. And you can use this color on these bushes too if you want. The tops of the bushes. Just like that. I'm going to leave those like that. It looks like they got some of the green got through to highlight the tops there. Let me see what it looks like on this color here. I'm going to probably use a little brighter color down there. Doesn't that look cool? Let me edge my water right now. See what else I have here to talk about. All right, I'm gonna use this type of knife to run some water underneath the land here. I should put a shadow in here, but I'm not going to, because it's a running river. I'm going to say some of this became land here, so maybe out here. When you put this in, just run your knife straight, okay? And kind of follow the land. If this is the bottom of your land, just stay level with it, like this, okay? And then I'll run some down in here. Make it look like it's running. This is the easy way to do it. There we go. Looks like running water. I'm just going to keep it like that. You could get in here with a brush if you wanted to and, you know, make it look like it's flowing. You can make it look like a small little waterfall there. That looks pretty good so far. I'm going to mix a little brown and white and use my knife and add some tree trunks. I'll show you. I never do this for you. Just mix some of the burnt umber and some white, and make sure your knife is clean. And I'm just going to take a knife and touch in the middle of these trees, just a little. You really don't need much. Just got to touch it. And don't try and place it where you want. Just do it and leave it. It'll end up looking all right. All right, let me see if I can highlight these bushes, and then I'll put a few birds up there and twigs, and I'm going to call this one done. And I'll work on it some more, but I want to highlight these. I want to show you a cool way to highlight with this fan brush, okay? But I'm trying to pick out a good color. I think the light green with some white in it. Or no, I wanted to use the orange ochre. I'll use orange ochre over here. But I'm going to put some white with this green. And then try and highlight these bushes with that lighter green color with the fan brush. Okay? Just get your fan brush wet and load the brush up with that color that I'm going to use. And now what I'm going to do is start down here low, and I'm going to create try and create some bush tops here, okay? Just like that. Let me try it over here. It might be easier. I didn't realize how light it was. The color till it was too late. Let's see if that soaks in a little bit, but there's some highlighting there. Wow, really light. Alright, I'm going to get some of that orange ochre now. Same thing with this orange ochre. I'm going to highlight from left to right because I can do it better this way. Right to left. Create some bushes over there. I think this is starting to look okay. It's soaking in. I think I got some time to, I'm going to glaze this green now with some yellow. So how I do that, I just take a clean brush, it's a little wet, and get a little yellow on it. Doesn't have to be a lot. Your brush is going to be wet, okay? And just come down in here and glaze the green, okay, with that yellow. See how it's making it look brighter. Just glaze over it. Look at that. Now that's what I want to do up here. So with the yellow, I'm going to get a little more yellow on here, glaze this hill up here, just underneath the trees. Be careful, that the tree might still be wet. Usually when all this is dry, uh, the tree, you can actually go over the tree. You don't have to worry about going around it because it's dry. But isn't that cool? See, I just added more things into that ground up there. Let me see if this is dry. Still a little wet up there, but I'll do a little bit here. I wanted to glaze. I think I'm gonna have to wait, but I'll show you this side on the finished painting because I'm gonna glaze most of this hill up here with yellow. I don't want to have to go around the trees. All right, look at that. That's looking good. All right, I really like it. This, I want to add a little brown underneath these bushes. Very good. All right, let me put a few twigs, and I'm gonna end the video. Put some birds up there, and now I'm getting tired. Oh, there's my liner brush. I think when I put a few, I'll put a few twigs on these bushes here, and it should make the bushes look okay then. Put a few twigs out here. Yeah, I think it looks, they look better with some twigs on them. I just didn't like the color. When you do this highlighting, if you're gonna be selling your paintings, you should add another layer of color to those bush tops, like another, maybe a darker color now on top of this light, just a little. I might do it after I shut the video off, but because see how it's just all the same color. You got to get some different tones going in there if you want it to look real. I think my brush is dirty. The birds. We'll put a bird coming through here. A couple of them. Look at that. I don't know why the birds are always like the finishing touch for me. It makes it look complete. We'll put one coming right through this middle part here. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to end it. I'm going to keep, putting twigs out here. And I'm going to put some white ones out here. Because the white ones end up looking pretty cool. Let me show you. I'll do a couple. Like on top of this dark color. The white twigs. They look really cool on top of that, the color of those trees, okay? You can make some of them like really long. All right, I'll do a few more twigs. I probably work the mountains a little more. I'm going to probably lighten these up a bit. The other video I put some tree trunks out here, so I took a little bit of gray and white. But I actually have some light brown here I'll use. The brown I used for these trees, and you can actually come out here and put in some tree trunks out way out there in the distance if you want. And then it'll look like that those are trees back there. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to do. I think I went over everything that I did on the other video, but yeah, it's been about the same time, about an hour. It's a little different than the other one, but it's similar. But yeah, I'll probably put a little bit more color back into these bushes on the top, some dark, let the dark come through the top here. I like the way I highlighted those. Yeah, it's coming out. I like it. All right, I'll probably add another tree here. And who knows? Just look on the post and I'll finish it. Thank you, Jerry. I'm going to finish this up and then I'll post it on a post. It's got a little more work to do, but that's the main layout right there. All right. Thanks for watching and cheers.